keyboards have been a staple of tech enthusiasts for years, with most people who are in the market for a higher-end keyboard opting to build their own, as they can pick their own cases, PCBs, keycaps, stabilizers, and perhaps most importantly, switches. So when we received a package from ASUS with this inside, it raised an eyebrow or two when we saw the price tag. Inside here is the ASUS ROG Azoth Extreme with an eye-watering RRP of $479.99. Now this is definitely not an impulse buy and more of a considered purchase with those with some cash to splash. It's actually an upgraded version of the existing ROG Azoth. Now the first thing to note is its weight before you even get it out of the box. Now you're going to have to trust me on this one until you get to hold it for yourself. It is a monster and it tops the scales at almost 1.5 kilograms. And remember that this isn't even a full-size keyboard, with ASUS opting to stick with the same 75% layout from the original ROG Azoth. Now lifting the lid on this rather fancy box reveals just how compact this keyboard really is. And whilst we aren't here to wax lyrical about the packaging, this does scream quality. I'm going to get the keyboard out now to show you in all of its splendour. Now this is both a wireless via 2.4 gigahertz or Bluetooth and wired USB-C keyboard, giving you flexibility depending on your setup. Isn't she beautiful? Let's run through the key specs now and features, and we'll kick things off with the chassis, which is fully CNC machined from aluminium alloy, and you can really tell. This is solid and it contributes a lot to the overall weight and feel of the keyboard, not to mention that cost. You can just tell though that this is a high quality keyboard, and that high quality theme continues throughout with this carbon fibre positioning plate on here as well. The switches on here are ASUS's own ROG NX Snow switches, a linear switch most similar in feel to Cherry MX Red, so ideal for fast-paced gaming. And this is helped with the fact that these switches are factory lubed and have pre-installed foam for sound dampening. Adding in a bit of bling, you get per-key RGB lighting, allowing for endless customization options to match your setup or personal style. Now, typing on the Azoth Extreme is an absolute pleasure. It feels and sounds fantastic, which I wasn't surprised about, as the original Azoth already delivered an impressive typing experience with its gasket mount design and triple layer sound dampening. The Azoth Extreme takes it up a notch with the same gasket mount design, 3 layers of sound dampening material and that carbon fibre positioning plate. ASUS claims this setup offers a crisp typing sensation with excellent shock absorption, and I have to agree. And of course the switches on here are hot swappable, so if for any reason you want to change them to your preference you can, although it is unlikely you will want to. Now of course this keyboard is all about customization, so you also get the ability to switch between a deeper or shallower key press thanks to the adjustable gasket mount and paddle switch. Now, whilst dual option switches aren't new to keyboards, they don't often make it to mainstream gaming keyboards like the Azoth Extreme, so it's really nice to see. And if I turn the keyboard around, and it is very heavy, you'll see here on the back, to adjust between these, you get the slider switch. That'll toggle easy between the deeper and the shallower key travel modes. If we turn it back round, I can show you as well this customizable 1.47-inch OLED display, which is full colour and touchscreen, and you can set it to display system information, custom animations or other useful data, adding a little more personalisation and functionality. Now there's plenty more to take a look at in the box, so if I pop that down there, take off the top layer, it's like a box of chocolates, and inside here are all of the goodies, all of the included accessories, and as you'd hope, it does come with quite a lot. Let's start with the wrist rest. I'll take this out here. This is pretty hefty and sturdy with the aluminium plate there on the back. Adding yet more weight makes it feel reassuringly expensive. Other extras that you get in here include the magnetic feet, keycap and key switch puller, 2-meter USB-C braided cables, spare switches and the additional keycap to swap out the Windows Copilot key if you're not planning on using that one. Back to the keyboard itself and the USB receiver you'll find here on the bottom of the keyboard, along with the ROG polling rate booster. Now this booster will take the polling rate up from 1000 Hz to 8000 Hz in either wired or wireless modes to eliminate latency. The Omni Receiver also allows for both a compatible keyboard and mouse to connect with one receiver without losing out on performance, saving precious USB ports. Moving on now to what the keyboard was actually made for, gaming. Now we gave this to one of our many avid gamers here at Scan who said it's simply the best keyboard that they've played games on, adding that the switch feel is predictive and the response is instantaneous. Now if we have to nitpick, the keycaps are maybe a touch small for those with larger hands, but again with time, once you get used to it, we don't really see that being an issue. The battery life on this does not disappoint. We barely even plugged in the keyboard at all. Didn't see the indicator on the screen drop below 50%. ASUS claims 1600 hours of battery life with the LEDs and OLED screen turned off, but your mileage may vary. Now, if we're being honest, the high quality is to be expected, really. ASUS have been in the peripheral game for years and years and rarely put a foot wrong in terms of features, performance and build quality. Realistically, there's nothing wrong with this product. It's near perfect. The issue is convincing people that spending this much on a keyboard is worthwhile. And if this is something that you would want to take the plunge on, you do have our full support. As we said, it is basically perfect. But do let us know what you think in the comments. Is this something that you'd consider adding to your gaming setup if you had the cash to spend? And as always, the link to the ASUS ROG Azoth Extreme will be in the description if you'd like to get hold of your very own. And whilst you're there, leave us a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe so you won't miss any future uploads.